What's up guys, it is Rogue here. Welcome back to another amazing video on the channel. So for today, coming at you with a Evil Eye Fiendsmith deck profile. It's been about 2 months since I last uploaded a Evil Eye deck profile. 2 months too long because we need more Evil Eye. We all love Evil Eye. By all I mean me, which is why I'm posting it on the channel. But the reason I am posting this is because there has been a ban list since the last update, which means that even though Closed Heaven has gone, we have a way to effectively bridge between Evil Eye and Fiendsmith while putting vital cards back into the graveyard, which with Closed Heaven, that wouldn't happen because they'd get banished when they leave the field. But with a certain bridge, we can actually put them back into the graveyard to use later on, which is actually pretty cool. So if you are new around here or you enjoy my beautiful face and beard, make sure you smash that subscribe button because we're on the way to 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. Leave a like and comment down below, what do you think of Evil Eye? Is it ready to be unleashed onto the meta? Who knows? Also, please tell me, is Serziel a man or a woman? I need to know the gender of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in 2025. Anyway, that's enough blabbering on from me. I've probably offended somebody. Let's get on into the deck profile. So, starting off with the Evil Eye deck profile, let's just lay out the Evil Eye cards right here on the screen for you. So we have triple Serziel, Watcher of the Evil Eye. As I said in the intro, is it a man? Is it a woman? I really don't know, and it's annoying me because it's 2025 and I don't know the gender of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We have double Basiltris, Familiar of the Evil Eye, which is a fusion of sort of both of the other familiar Evil Eye cards, which we also play one of each, so one Basilius and one of the Catoblippus, or however you say that. I always ask that someone comments and no one does, so I still don't know how to pronounce this card's name. Someone please save me. And also while you're there, tell me if Serziel's a man or a woman. We have triple of the Evil Eye Field Spell, just because it says add a Evil Eye monster on activation. It has other pretty cool effects, but that's the only one that's relevant, so we play 3. We also play triple Evil Eyes Unleashed. So that's what we're doing this meta, and that's why I've titled this video. We are unleashing Evil Eye into the meta because it is a fantastic card. This is a fantastic deck, and this card is actually the most broken card I have read in a long time. It's such a broken piece of legacy support. It is up there in terms of rescue ace levels of support. That is how good this card is. Sending 2 from deck to grave as cost to then add a equip spell from your deck to your hand, an Evil Eye one, is amazing because obviously the stuff you're sending in grave is going to get you advantage as well, and the fact that it sends it for cost means it cannot even be ached on that part. Then if you link, being able to trigger its effect, banish it, equip a link, well, an equip spell to a link monster you control is absolutely insane. So 3 of this card because you want to see it in every hand. Double Evil Eye of Gorgiano, 1 Evil Eye of Selene. People always say to bump it up. You don't need to. 3 is more than enough. 1 Evil Eye Awakening, and the 1 Evil Eye Retribution. This is the Evil Eye portion of the deck. Now I'm going to break down what each card does. So Serziel is the main monster of the deck because on summon it's going to be able to rotate any Evil Eye card from your deck to your hand. And then whilst it's equipped with Evil Eye of Serziel, it's going to be a quick effect pop for any special summoned monster that your opponent controls. Although the theme with Evil Eye is you do get these really cool effects, however you got to pay later on. You pay immediately in life points, and then later on, if you've activated Serziel's effect, you have to, on a mandatory effect, destroy 1 card you control during the next standby phase. So keep that in mind because you can use it to your advantage. You can pop stuff like the field spell and gain even more advantage, so do keep that in mind. Basiltris is the best extender the deck has. It is another amazing piece of legacy support. It is a quick effect, summon from the hand or grave as long as you control an Evil Eye monster, and then during your opponent's turn it is a quick effect link. So that is insane. Absolutely fantastic. We play 1 Basilius and 1 of the other one because one of them is an extender from hand and one of them is an extender from grave. One of them can Foolish Burial a card and another one can protect a card from destruction till the end of your opponent's turn. So really, really nice. And they are level 3. So we have a rank 3 engine going on. And the fact that materials don't get banished when they're used for Xyz monsters is really, really good because usually the banish effects would apply if you use them for a link summon, for example. But since using them for an Xyz summon, they go right back to the graveyard, so you can use them all over again. The field spell, as I mentioned, on activation adds you an Evil Eye monster from deck to hand, so it's a fantastic consistency piece. Also, when it is destroyed, you can target an Evil Eye monster in your grave and add it to your hand, and then it has a cool battle phase trick, which isn't too relevant. Evil Eyes Unleashed is the best card, as I said, sends 2 for cost, so a spell and a monster. So you send, obviously you're going to send Yugioh, as I'll explain in a bit, and you either send this guy that summons from the grave or this guy that summons from the grave. And then you take 500 every time you activate a non-Evil Eye effect, but it is absolutely fine. Evil Eyes of Yugioh, it counts as Evil Eye of Selene on the field, but if it's in the grave, you can banish it, discard an Evil Eye card, and search for any Evil Eye spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So it's really, really nice as well. And if it's an equipped to a Evil Eye monster, that monster gains attack equal to the difference in life points, as in if you have lower life points, your opponent, well, your monster will gain attack equal to your opponent's life points. So that's really, really nice. We also have Evil Eye of Cerziel. This is the main equipped spell for the deck, but you only need one because it can cycle itself back from the graveyard and you can pick it up via different means. But while it's effectively equipped to an Evil Eye monster, it cannot be targeted by card effects, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and it also cannot be destroyed by card effects as well, which makes all of them towers. And on top of that, each time you activate a Evil Eye spell, or you activate the equipped monster's effect, you pay 500 life and it gains 500 attack permanently, which is amazing. Also, if it's in the grave, pay 1000, banish an Evil Eye spell or trap, reset it to the field. So as you can tell, this card is pretty powerful. We have 1 Evil Eye Awakening. It is a special from the hand or grave. However, if you have Evil Eye of Selene in the spell and trap zone, it is a special from the deck instead. So absolutely incredible. And 1 Evil Eye's Retribution, because it is the best Evil Eye trap, debatably, that the deck has. There's also another one called Evil Eye's Defeat, which is a compulse for 2, which is also pretty nice. However, Retribution is your archetypal Omni spell and trap negate, and if you have Evil Eye of Selene on the field, it cannot be negated, as in Solemn Judgment doesn't work. That's never really come up, but it's good to know. So that is it for the Evil Eye part of the deck. As you can tell, the engine is quite self-contained and it does recycle a lot because these cards will always go back into the graveyard if you use them as Xyz material. And the 1 Basilius is all you need because remember, when you do blow up that field spell, you're going to be able to grab them back from the graveyard anyway. So really, really love Evil Eye. It's a deck that I've shown on the channel for many months, and I just think it is time to unleash it yet again because I really do love this deck. For the other engine, I know you can play it pure. If you really want a pure build, let me know in the comments and I'll put one up for you in the next couple of weeks. 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, 1 Tract, 1 Sanct, 1 Paradise. This is the Fiendsmith engine. It is Fiendsmith. We're a Fiend deck, so we're Dark Fiends to be fair, but these are Light Fiends, so we have a little mixture going on. But Fiendsmith, in my opinion, people say, why don't you just play the pure version with more hand traps? I think the Fiendsmith version provides you with something that hand traps don't, which is amazing plays going first and second, because Fiendsmith is really useful to crack opponents' boards. If you hand trap them once or twice and they make like a semi-decent board, that can still be enough to stop Evil Eyes, because if they stop Cerziel from resolving, you are in a bit of trouble unless you open pretty good. However, with the Fiendsmith stuff, you are able to push past that and basically just break boards and force your opponent to interact. If not, you just break the board and kill them. So that is why I like it. Engraver, pitch from hand, add a Fiendsmith spell or trap. If it's in the grave, shuffle back for cost a Light Fiend, reborn it. If it's on the field, send 1 equip card equipped to it to the grave to target and send 1 monster your opponent controls to the grave. Lacrima always counts as a Fiendsmith card. On summon, it's going to be able to dump any Fiendsmith card from your deck to the grave, and on a quick effect during your opponent's turn, it is able to reborn a Link monster, a Fiendsmith Link monster, by putting itself back into the deck. So really, really cool. Lurie is our honorary Fiendsmith card. You basically pick up Tract, add and discard Lurie, and Lurie specials itself when discarded to the grave. It's really, really short text, but that's its effect. Fiendsmith Sanct is basically another way to get into combo, which is why I still play it. And Fiendsmith in Paradise is obviously what you're going to be dumping with the Lacrima for extra disruption during the opponent's turn. If you want a combo guide for this deck, just check my channel. There's already one. But if you open, for example, a Fiendsmith Engraver and a Cerziel, that's like 5 interruptions, 6 interruptions potentially. It is crazy what this deck can do with Evil Eyes. And to be honest with you, it's not one of those decks that are really, if you're going first and you open good, you don't need to bridge into Fiendsmith, because Yes, this deck can bridge into Fiendsmith, even with closed Heaven Band, which is another reason why I wanted to make this profile. But you don't need to. You can literally just sit on your rank 3, use its effect, put the Basiltrist back in the grave, summon it, go for a link. You can play under Nibiru if you really want to. But I still usually push for the Caesar lines as well. Moving on to the hand traps. We have a couple. Triple Ash, because Fool Loss is pretty good. Not gonna lie. To be honest, if they Fool Loss you, you can afford to not give them any draws while still setting up interruptions. It's more if you want to go into the Fiendsmith side of the deck where the Fool Loss hurts a bit. So we play Triple Ash to stop Charmies in general. We play triple Malcharmy Fool Loss ourselves. I apologize for the proxies. We play triple Droll and Lockbird, and we also play triple Infinite Impermanence. Just because I feel like these are the best hand traps at the moment for Evil Eye. If you were playing a pure Evil Eye build, cut all the Fiendsmith stuff, you're going to be running stuff like Impulse, you're going to be running stuff like Songs of the Dominator, I believe you can run as well. So you will be playing more hand traps. I'm trying to find a happy middle ground. So these are the hand traps. I believe there's, what, 12 hand traps? 3, 6, 9, yeah, 12 hand traps isn't too bad. I prefer 15, but I do have 3 cards in flex spots, which is 1 Cross Out, 1 Call By, and 1 Terraforming. I play this because Droll absolutely cooks this deck. This is one of the hand traps that this deck just can't play through, which is Droll. It can play through mainly everything else, to be honest with you. It takes like 2, if you open good, it takes like 2 hand traps to really stop you, which is absolutely fine and respectable for a rogue deck. However, Droll just kills you immediately. If you get Droll on like a Terraforming, or you add the field spell, add Cerzial, Droll, you are extremely screwed in my opinion, unless you open multiple extenders in your hand and you can bridge into the Fiendsmith line. But that's why I play Cross Out and I play the Call By, because I really don't want to be losing to Droll if I can afford to not lose to Droll. So that is 40 cards in the main deck, hyper consistent, very, very powerful going first. Going second, a bit different, but that's why we're playing the Fiendsmith stuff. And let's get on now into the extra deck. Moving on to the extra deck, I feel like this is a part of the deck where you can express yourself a lot, because there are a lot of flex spots, to be honest with you. But I play 1 Zerziel, or Zerziel. Let's go with that. Ruler of the Evil Eye. This is our highest link monster in the deck. It is a link 3. And the reason I took out the link 4 Abuaku is because, yes, it's good to have it. However, you mostly want to be sitting on this guy. Why? Because while it's basically equipped with Evil Eye of Selene, it is a Zodiac Trident every single turn that, because of the Evil Eye of Selene, cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed by card effects or battle, and is getting bigger and bigger every single turn. Also, if this card is linked summoned using a monster with 2,600 or higher attack, it's going to have a second attack during each battle phase for as long as it's on the field. This is a win condition on its own. If you make this card, your opponent has a ticking time bomb on their field before they realize this is actually like 8k now, and it's going to be attacking twice every single battle phase. And it's pretty difficult to out, so just keep that in mind. If you can get to him somehow in the Lunalight matchup, you are absolutely fine, because you can just make yourself bigger than the Lunalights. So, but getting to him in the Lunalight matchup is debatable, because he takes 2+ Evil Eye monsters, so he is kind of hard to get there. But if you do manage to get there, he's really, really good. We have 1 Gorgon in a beautiful Starlight Rare, Empress of the Evil Eye. This is a bit more generic. It takes 2 monsters including an Evil Eye, so 1 Evil Eye and any other monster makes the Gorgon, which I actually really appreciate that they did that, because it allows you to sometimes bridge with a Cerziel and a Fiendsmith Engraver into your links, which is quite nice. And what does it do? Well, it gains 100 attack for each Evil Eye card with a different name in the grave, so it comes out with like 2/3 usually, 2/2. But the cool thing about this card is, if it is equipped with Evil Eye of Selene, it is a quick effect monster negation, which is super nice. And of course, it's going to be gaining 500 attack each time it does this. However, something I haven't mentioned now, and I'm going to mention it for both, is obviously this has the Cerzial tax effect, which means if you activate these effects, you're going to be paying for it immediately with the 500 life points because of Selene, and then later on because of the actual effects of the cards. So if you use the Cerzial effect during the next standby phase, you're going to have to target an effect monster that this card points to and negate its effects. You can use these offensively. If your opponent isn't careful and you place these basically pointing to opponent's monsters, they're going to have their effect negated on a mandatory standby effect, which is pretty cool. Gorgon is a little bit different. Gorgon is going to destroy a card that this points to. So you got to be careful with placement in this deck. If you place a Surzeal underneath your Gorgon, it's going to get destroyed basically, because it has to destroy something it points to on a mandatory effect. If these activate though, which again fuels your Selene and makes them even bigger. But just do keep that in mind, be careful with the zones, make sure you take advantage if you can and use your opponent's stuff instead. We have one SP Little Knight because this is the best link monster in the game and we can link spam with this deck quite easily, so why not play it. One Fiendsmith Agumbe, one Fiendsmith Sequence, and one Fiendsmith Requiem, rounding out the Fiendsmith part of the deck. I was playing Agumbe because I'm tired of missing out in OTKs for just not having it, so I played the Agumbe. Sequences are waiting to Desiree, obviously, and Requiem is the heart and soul of the Fiendsmith deck. We have the Divine Arsenal AA Zeus because we can effectively XE spam, so why not play a Zeus? One Typhon. This card is scary, I'm not gonna lie. This is like one of the big problems this deck has. If you have a massive Surzeal or you have a massive Xerasil, your opponent can go summon Typhon, bounce it. Doesn't target, doesn't destroy. That is a bit of a problem, so always have an answer if you can for the Typhon. Because if you can effectively stop the Typhon, your opponent can't summon anything after this, so they've effectively ended their turn there. But this is a big problem for the deck if you're not careful. One DDD Wave High King Caesar, because this is a non-once return special summon negation and destruction. Crazy card. We play one the Phantom Knight of Breaksword, and I know there's better rank 3s to be playing, but I play this for a very specific reason. Because it takes 2 level 3 monsters, however, on its actual effect, you can detach material from this card, target one card you control, and one card your opponent controls, and destroy them. Usually, people just target himself, pop a card, and then if you're playing Phantom Knights, you have the bonus effect that you get a reborn for 2. However, in this deck specifically, you can target your own field spell on one card your opponent controls, destroy them, triggering your field spell to add back an Evil Eye monster from your graveyard to your hand. So I think that is too good to pass up when it comes up, and it comes up quite a lot. Your opponent always has random back row or a random card that isn't really doing much. Make the Breaksword, pop your field spell, get that advantage while minusing your opponent. It's too good. And then obviously attack and go into a Zeus. So really nice. One Cicada King. He is our negation, our monster negation on the field, takes 2 level 3s. He's the main guy we're going to be making going first. Make Cicada King, and then make sure you always detach the Basiltris, because we want the Basiltris in the grave to then immediately reborn and link summon. And one thing I forgot to mention about the Basiltris, you can link summon using equip spells as monsters. So that means that the link 2 and link 3 cost the exact same to make, because if you want to make link 3, you use Evil Eye of Selene, you use Surzeal, and use Basiltris. And if you want to make the link 2, you just use Evil Eye of Selene and Surzeal. You keep the Basiltris on the field. So they're really easy to make. There's no difference between the link 2 and 3 in this deck. And for the bridge, here we go. Mellow Melody, the Brass Digin. Unless you've seen a previous Evil Eye deck profile, I bet you've never seen this card in at least 5 years. Why? Because this card is a Light Fiend. So for the cost of 2 level 3s, you can go into your Fiendsmith combo, and as you know, the generic Evil Eye combo ends on 2 level 3s in Surzeal. So why not just play this and basically push more, get into the Fiendsmith engine for free, and have extra interruptions during your opponent's turn. So I really like him. I really played the Brass. I can't believe I'm playing Mellow Melody, the Brass Digin. This is 2025 Yugioh. You play one Fiendsmith Desiree, obviously you make him from time to time, and if you're going for OTKs, make Desiree with Sequence, Link Sequence, and Desiree off into the Link 3 Agumbe, attack with Agumbe, then use Agumbe effect, reborn the Desiree, and go for game. One Necrocrypt Princess, needed because we are going to be going into our DDD High King Caesar line, and we need 2 level 6 Fiends. Princess is able to, with a Engraver and an equipped Link 1, able to contact Fuse away and then summon the Engraver, and you have 2 level 6s there. And a new card I've added is the Chaos Angel, because an Engraver and a Surzeal, an Engraver and a Lacrima equal a full-powered Chaos Angel. So we need to be playing this card effectively, because it's too good to not be playing. that is it for this Evil Eye deck profile. I will be showing this deck off realistically in another couple of months. I just love the deck too much to not be showing it off all the time. But if you do want to see a pure build, as some people do prefer the pure build, let me know. And when that new upload does come, it will be a pure one. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed the fact that even with Closed Heaven banned, we can still bridge into the Fiendsmith part. And it's actually better because I wasn't playing Closed Heaven anyway, simply because links actually get your stuff banished. But Xyzers, via game mechanic, even if the card was meant to be banished when it leaves the field, puts them back in the grave. So I was playing the Brass Digin anyway. So wanted to show off to the couple of people that didn't know that Evil Eye is actually able to effectively bridge into Fiendsmith. It is a deck that I think is going to be unleashing into the meta, I hope. And if they do get a Link 1, I think the deck will actually be meta. A Link 1 that searches a card and gives you an additional normal summon? Yes, please. As if you didn't realize, Serziel isn't actually a once per turn on its normal summon effect. So if we can get something that gives us another Serziel, another normal summon, another search, we are absolutely cooking. We are really, really cooking. But until then, I'm Rogue here. Make sure you stay rogue, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
It's time! Let's go!